Hey everyone, I am continually looking for my next role and preparing for job interviews, and I am back with quick breakdown of what I've been studying. This time we are looking under the hood at the MCP architecture to figure out who is who in the system and how it all connects. And thanks for joining me on this journey, and let's dive in. We use AI every single day, but do you actually know what happens under the hood when it talks to your tools? Let's break down exactly who is involved in the MCP interaction. Everything starts with us, the humans. We type our words into a host. It's something like Cloud Desktop or Cursor. The host takes our request and sends it to the large language model, the main brain that decides what to do. But that brain does not live on our machines. It runs remotely, on servers. This is the point where people often bring up the agent, and the agent is not a separate character. It is simply the loop of communication between the host and model, the back and forth that turns a decision into an action. Once the model decides to act, the host hands the request to an MCP client. It is a dedicated bridge that the host creates for every server it connects to. We'll talk about client a bit late in this video. The client carries that request to an MCP server. We discussed it in the previous video. But in 2 words, it's like a translator that speaks MCP on one side and the service own API on the other. The server then calls the real service, or resource at the very end of the line, whether that is Jira out on the internet or file sitting on your own disk. And the answer travels back along the same path step by step until it reaches us again. What is an MCP client? The MCP client is the bridge, the piece that connects the host to an MCP server. The MCP client always lives inside the host. It's not a separate app. The host, as we already know, is our ADI or AI platform like Cloud Desktop. I think of the client as the waiter. You say what you want, the waiter carries the order to the kitchen, waits for the dish, and brings it back. You never walk into the kitchen yourself. The client does all the hard work, connects to the server, sends an initialize call, discovers all the tools, sends tools calls, fetches the results, hands it back. And here is one interesting thing. When the client first connects, you can watch this live in the MCP Inspector. It's a debugging client from Anthropic. In the next video, we'll answer one question that comes up a lot: why Python became the default language for AI integrations. See you!